Hello and welcome to 2026. It's a brand new year with a whole new set of opportunities set ahead of you. My name is Tina Alton. I'm the CEO and president here at Nations of Women, and it gives me such great joy to welcome you to the year 2026 here at Nations of Women. As we step into this year, I want to speak to you clearly and with purpose. Our focus this year as Nations of Women is four key things. We're going to be here to equip you to lead and influence your world with greater impact. And that simply means developing courage, building capacity, and strengthening the conviction that it takes to lead as women. Not in theory, but in real life and in the real places that God has already positioned you. Many women from across the globe have been sending us questions that I feel are really, really important questions for us in this season. And some of these have been, Tina, how can I lead with purpose and impact? How do I make a difference for God's kingdom in my everyday life? How do I live out my faith in a really complex and demanding world? Now, these are not just, empty questions. They are really weighty questions. So, I want to encourage you and I want to assure you that this year our work will center on four key areas: identity, impact, influence, and implementation. What do I mean by that? First, identity is equipping you to know who you are in Christ and what you are called to carry. It's not going to be about comparing yourself, it's not going to be about borrowing somebody else's language, but all about clarity, understanding who am I? Who are you? And what has God entrusted you to do? And we know that in Ephesians 2:10, it talks about where God's people, He created and organized and planned that we will do good works, which means that we will be impactful in our world. So once we discover our identity of who I am and what has God entrusted to you, we move to impact. And that is simply moving from, calling to now courageous action, turning those ideas that God has given you, or those things that perhaps you didn't even do back in 2025. You're going to bring those ideas now into real steps that is going to shape lives, going to shape organizations, going to shape communities, and impact nations. Number three is influence. And that is simply helping you to clarify your message. Who is your message for? How do you find your voice? How do you find your platform? And the people that you are called to serve, how do you find those people and how do you serve them? What posture does it take to serve them? So, helping you to really build your influence. And number four is implementation, because we know that faith without works, woo, that's just empty words. They are dead. So it's really important that once we know, our identity, who we are in Christ, how are we going to be impactful? How are we going to influence our world? Now, the implementation part helps. And that is simply how do we engage, whether it's using technology or culture, how do we lead faithfully without losing the conviction of our identity? So all of this is not about doing more, my dear friends, which is great news for you and for me, but it's simply about doing what truly matters well. And that's why I want to personally invite you to join us for two very important gatherings. First is on the 17th of January, we're gathering for the word of the Lord. This is our annual gathering where we come together in a moment and a space to seek God for direction, for alignment, and clarity for the year ahead. And I'm excited to say, right afterwards, we'll have a short break for freshening up and everything else. And we're going to go into prayer rooms and prophecy rooms and really speak into what God has given you. And then the second gathering is our vision day. This is a time to bring structure to what God has spoken to you and help you to move from idea or insights to actual intentional action. We're going to take away a blueprint of, okay, this is the idea I have. This is what I'm called to build this year. And this is how I'm going to begin to build this out and work this out. So if you're really serious about living out your calling with impact, then you know without an absolute doubt that these moments and these gatherings matter. You find all the details you need on our website, which is nationsofwomen.com. So as we move through 2026, I want to commit to you. The Nations of Women will walk with you, not as props or crutches, but as your partners in purpose, because this is your year to lead faithfully, to engage courageously, and to build with conviction. This is the year that we've got to be all in. No half-heartedness, no being, convenient, no living in our comfort zone, but the year where we are fully all in, fully surrendered, fully 100% in. And as you're all in, you would know without a doubt that God is also all in with you. I look forward to standing with you, look forward to our equipping sessions and so much more that God has for us in 2026. So feel free, reply to this email and tell us, what are you looking to build? What's your vision for 2026? Until then, God bless and a happy new year 2026 to you and to your family. God bless. Bye-bye.